I thank my parents for giving me birth in this great nation called Bharat. And I thank all my teachers for imparting knowledge to me so that I'm able to stand in front of you and say a few words today. I'm extremely happy to be here today for the inauguration of Basil Woods Junior Kokapet School in the auspicious presence of Sri Satya Gaura Chandra Prabhuji and also Kaunteya Prabhuji and all Prabhujis here and also the parents. In fact, my morning started with a visit to Akshay Patra here. I mean, every day they are serving about 23 lakh meals to the students. That's a great effort. Unless you are deeply committed to a cause, it becomes very difficult to fulfill such type of gigantic task. So I congratulate Prabhuji and also all his team for those dedicated efforts. And of course, I mean, many of you have come here to admit or join your children in this new school here in Kokapet. Parents' role is going to be very, very important. I mean, whenever there is a good school, generally parent thinks that now our responsibility is over. We got a good school here, now I got my child here, so now I can relax. Because as it is said, by the time a child becomes 16, the mold is cast. You can't change much. So till 16 years, it becomes an important duty of all of us as parents, as teachers, and also as students. If all three of us come together, then definitely we can bring the change. Most of you must have gone to Kumbh Mela this time, Prayagraj, because it's a great occasion. Because such type of occasion comes once in 144 years. We all went there and took holy dip in Prayagraj. So the importance of Prayagraj is that there is three rivers come together there, Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati. So here also in a school we always have these three rivers coming together. One is parents, the other one are the teachers and the students. So if three rivers can make a place very pious, if all three of us come together, each school becomes a very holy place. That is what is the thought process behind establishing Basil Wood schools in many of the states. You're all fortunate. So I had an opportunity to visit the school. I mean, it is beautifully done. Beautifully done, taking into consideration the requirement of the students and also how they have to grow with values. This is very, very important. So morning, if you open the newspaper, you read all sorts of things that are happening in the society. Mother being killed by the child, grandfather being stabbed by his grandson. So many atrocities, so many things getting committed on the women. So I mean, we get frightened to open the newspaper nowadays. So why this is happening, that we all need to ponder about. So the basic problem is we are imparting only literacy in schools. We are not imparting education in many of the schools. That is how I look at it. So if you impart only literacy in a school, the child is going to be totally different. So that's why if you teach Sanskrit, literacy is called Sakshara. A person, if he is literate, we call him Sakshara. So I request all of you to read it from reverse. Sakshara. It becomes Rakshasa. So if you impart only literacy, a student is going to behave like Rakshasa. That is what we are seeing in the society. All these children or all these persons who are committing crime, they all must have studied in a school or in a college. But why they are behaving like that? Because in schools and colleges, only literacy is being imparted. So the purpose of starting such type of schools are to have literacy plus values, then it becomes education. So that is what we are all thinking. So if you get educated children, then the society is going to be different. Children with values, So the society is going to be totally different. Morning, the children came and performed beautifully well. I mean, these are the things which we need to inculcate in the children. So the role of teachers and role of parents also is very, very important. I just take back to Swami Vivekananda. Narendra was a small boy. His parents were Vishwanatha Datta and Bhuvaneshwari Devi. Every day Narendra used to go to school in a horse-driven cart that is called Jatka. So he used to go and come back. Then one day in the school, the teacher asked, "What do you want to become when you grow up?" Narendra promptly says he wants to become a Jatkawala. Because every day he is seeing the person taking the horse in his control and he is taking him to the school. For him, he is the hero. So he said, "I also want to become Jatkawala." Normally, if our child says that he wants to become a Jatkawala, we scold him. But Mother Bhuvaneshwari Devi came to know that Narendra wanted to become a Jatkawala. When he came back, Bhuvaneshwari Devi said, "You should become a Jatkawala." Then what she did is, she took him to the puja room and showed another Jatkawala in the puja room. Not one horse, but he was driving 4 horses. That was Bhagavan Sri Krishna. He said, "You should become this Jatkawala." So this is the role of the mother. So what the child wants to become, you should know, and how to put it in a proper way. That is the art in the mother's hand. So the role of mothers and that means the parents are going to be very, very important. Then he got the company of great Guru Ramakrishna Paramahansa. Narendra transformed himself into Swami Vivekananda. So this is what the role of parents and also the teachers. So I want such type of education to be imparted in each, and I am very confident that Basil Woods is going to be like this, one of those schools. And I mean, I could see the way, the Montessori methods, the Oxford method of teaching and all, because I am also chairman of one of the Bharati Vidyabhavan schools in Kakinada. So we also want to improve the mindset of the children. And also because there is a lot of impact on them from the technology. Nowadays, it has become very easy for the parents to control a child. Give him a mobile phone and he will be happy. Because the other day we had gone to a cradle ceremony in one of the houses, relatives' houses. Normally, children they do like this in the cradle, they do like this. But nowadays, children are doing like this. So, because you are handing over the gadgets to them right from their beginning, and they are becoming experts. Children are very, very sharp. I mean, how you put them into and they become like that. So, you have a lot of responsibility. What I have appreciated here is that this screen detoxification is also has become very, very important nowadays, because we are all in the screen. And also, I'm reading some of the newspaper reports. Now the children are getting into the diabetic mode. Many of the children are developing this diabetes, and also sleepless addiction. That is also another big news item which has come in the newspaper also. There is a lot of depression in the students because they are lacking sleep. So this is another big problem that is happening in the society. So technology is having a lot of impact. So we need to have put a bearing or put a limit to this technology. So my request to parents is that whenever child comes home, please spend time with them. Give your time to them. That is what a child actually wants. I think in this area, many parents, both the husband and wife, they are working. So then it becomes more difficult for them to spare time. But up till the age of 16, it becomes our duty to give time to the children. So especially in the home, if grandparents are there, nothing like it. That is the best home. Because grandparents always teach them. Because nowadays we are putting CCTV cameras. Grandparents are the CCTV cameras in those days. Because they used to watch and they used to find and what is the deficiency, they used to fill it. That is what is happening. So my humble request to all parents is spend time with the children. Spend time with the children. We had an inspector by name Rakesh when I was serving in Mumbai police. Very, very sincere officer. Morning he used to come at 7 o'clock and go back at 11 o'clock in the evening. He had a child, but that boy was missing his father. One day he got fed up and he asked his mother, how much salary my dad gets? The mother said he gets 30,000 rupees a month. The boy calculated 30,000 by 30. That means every day my dad gets 1,000 rupees. So then he goes to his savings and he finds 750 rupees. So that day night he was sitting on the stairs and waiting for his father. When his father came, he was surprised to see the boy at 11 o'clock sitting on the stairs. And the boy asked, Dad, give me 250 rupees. The father got perturbed. Then he asked his wife, why he is asking 250? He said, he has been asking since morning, why don't you give him 250? So he gives him 250. The boy goes inside, gets his 750, that makes 1,000, and keeps this 1,000 rupees in his father's hand and says, Dad, this is your one day salary, spend one day with me. That is what is the demand of the That is what children want. So spend time with the children and try to teach them many things. So otherwise we are outsourcing many things. Festivals also we are outsourcing. Earlier days festivals means we all used to sit and prepare eatables. Nowadays this is outsourced to Swagruha sweets. So we all go to Swagruha sweets and get sweets thinking that as if they are so good that as if they are made at home, that is the type of the quality of sweets we are getting. All these things are designed in the Indian system to develop this family bonding. Slowly we are moving away from that because of various things. Now the very purpose of Basilwood schools is to get back to those traditional things and add culture to the education, connecting culture to the present day education. That is what is culture connect is very, very important. Because Indian culture is the best culture, there is no doubt. Because earlier students used to come from different parts of the world to study in our Nalanda and Takshashila universities. We produce the best in this nation. So let us get back to those things. And also the culture, and especially about Ramayana, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, all these things are going to be taught to the students. It is not a religious education, it is a character building exercise. That is what I always look into. So your children are going to be very, very fortunate, and you have done a right thing by deciding to send your children to this wonderful school. I hope definitely they are going to become the best citizens of this nation and going to guide the nation and also take the nation to a different heights. So I congratulate Prabhuji for starting this school here. And also my request to all parents is get involved. Be in touch with the teachers. Find out what are the things you need to do for your growth of your child. Because initially you give him a lot of love, then you inculcate discipline. Up to 16, you have to take care of the child. Once you undergo these phases, after 16, you can behave like a friend to your child. That is what Chanakya said. So all these things are going to be taught here. All these going to be inculcated here. I wish you and also your children the very best, and I thank Prabhuji and also all the people for giving me these wonderful opportunities to meet all of you on this Ekadashi day and share my thoughts and expressions. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.